We're going to start this off with some silly ones before we get to the, like, really, really good ones. And I want to start with this one here. And you're going to see why in a short while. We've got the Paladin book, we've got the Monk book here, and then a row of a bunch of outhouses, all in a row, one of which has a lovely little fruit in it. And this house just gets even better. This is the wackiest house. This guy clearly just took all of the things out of his inventory and just put all of them down. As we come around past these really cool warp gates, which I like a lot. I don't know where you get these, but they're very cool. And then we look up. And we just see that this man has put floating gazebos and an uncountable number of the Paladin Order Hall books. This man has made so many paladins, and he has every single one of these books just sort of floating in the air up here. Absolutely incredible. We can see the Undermine fountain in the background there as well. Genuinely incredible work from this man. He's covered the top of the roof with a bunch of braziers, and then when we go inside, it gets even weirder. Entering this guy's very strange house, we get these curtains that I was surprised are actually physics-based, and they move around you, which is really cool. You can see the lovely, beautiful Delete Me cube, a classic collector's item. If you don't have one of these, you definitely need to look to find it. And this house is just things everywhere. We've got floating rugs all over the place. We've got loads of stools, and if we go past this secret bookshelf here all the way up, you'll see that not only does this man have 10 Paladin Librams, he's got every fireplace known to man stacked all in a circle around each other. And you know what? When you're just starting out with housing, this is exactly what you do. I think everyone's going to go into their house, just pull out all of their things, and just sort of move them around. Ooh. And this is how I figured out that there's a secret bookshelf door. I don't know how to get the secret bookshelf door, but from now on, I'm going to be checking every single bookshelf to see if there's a secret bookshelf door. Number 9 here is a special one. And we can see here we've got this sort of Russian nesting doll of gazebos. We've got gazebo in a gazebo in a gazebo in a gazebo all the way down. And if we go all the way up to the smallest, tiniest gazebo, we can see a bathhouse. A cute little miniature bathhouse with little baths, little coal furnace there to keep everything warm, all within the tiniest gazebo in a very, very large gazebo. Now, my house, on the other hand, it is an absolute disaster. Moving on to number 8 here, and now we get to the real houses. We're starting to get to the houses that I think are actually genuinely good, that do a great job of showing what is possible with these tools. And remember, it has been one day since this has been available. As we go to these houses, keep in mind, people have had one day to put these together. And we can see that this is a beautiful little house, a lovely little cozy type feeling on the outside here. And the reason I included this one is they've made this lovely secret secluded garden on the side that has this door to get into it. They've put these vines on these dividers here, and we can see they've placed all of these barrels and these plants on the side of the wall. I really like it. I love this secluded garden feel. You're gonna see that's a common theme in a couple of these. And if we go behind the door and close it, we even have a private little bench here to be able to enjoy the lovely private garden on the side of this house. Absolutely beautiful. Now, while we're here, I do want to mention that on the PTR, not all of the plot headstones are working. So that's why for some of these, I'll tell you the person and the plot, but for others, I can't, because the PTR just is a little buggy right now. In future weeks, we'll make sure to get every single player credited, along with the plot that they are on, so that you can see where the house is. So if you want to put yours on that plot as well, you can. Now, at number 7 here, we've got a plot by Demeter on plot number 32 on the Alliance side. And we can see that we're starting to place some of the outside items here. This person is making use of the wide space that they have available. We've got the stones on the ground. We've got plants overlapping each other. We have some of the lovely water features that you get to start with. And if we head inside, we'll see that I think this is a great example of what people are going to put together on their first couple of days when you're just putting out all the furniture, you're just sort of figuring out how the tools work, where everything goes, trying to make something nice. And as we head inside, we can see we've just got this lovely living room. We've got a fireplace, some great lighting. You can see we've put out some of the windows, and they have some curtains over the windows. The chairs and the couch here are both usable, by the way, and it just gives this lovely home feeling. You can see that they've customized some of the walls to make them fit with the aesthetic that they like. They've changed out the floorboards to better fit as well. And this feels like the type of thing that you would definitely make within your first day or two, just to see how it feels, just to see how cozy you can make a house. And of course, we've got to take a seat on the couch, sit our feet back, and just admire the coziness. And at number 6, we've got a house that takes all of those elements from the previous and takes it that one step further. We've got this beautiful stone path, and by the way, most of these stones do have to be placed individually, and that is true for all of the plants and the trees that you see. These are not part of the plot. These were placed here by the player to fit and feel nice within the area, and I think they did a really good job. And if we head inside, we can see that they've also taken that hominess to the inside. We've got this beautiful open living room that has a lot of stuff going for it. This map here on the table of the Legion areas, I had never seen before. I don't know where you get it from, but it looks incredible, and I love how they've put it on the table. Makes it look like you're planning out the next adventure. The fireplace here with the couch a little askew, like someone's been living here. The bar in the back here, and you can just imagine that if the person has another day or two to work on this, that would be fleshed out with items everywhere, just like the bedroom that they have here. And here you can see this is where they put in a lot of work. This thing is fully furnished. We've got paintings on the walls. We've got these couch cushions on the floor and by the couch, like someone's been living here, like people have been sitting around telling stories. The way that we've got the furniture laid out makes it feel like someone actually thought about where all of these elements go. I mean, it looks like something that Blizzard would design themselves. It looks absolutely incredible. And of course, we've got to check if the secret bookshelf has something. Yes, it's a secret bookshelf, but no, there's not something behind it. At this point, it's probably worth mentioning that if you want to submit your house, if you want me to take a look at it and include it in a video, there is a form in the description. On the PTR right now, the neighborhood search function really just kind of doesn't work. So for now, if you can include a link to a YouTube video where you have given your own walkthrough of the house, I'll be sure to include it. So yeah, if you're interested in having your house featured, take a look at the form below and we'll make sure to include it. And at number 5, we've actually got a house where I was able to meet the person working on it as they were working on it. And I've included this one here because it shows off a lot of really unique housing elements that I had not seen at any of the other houses. This player had actually gone and visited some of the rep vendors on the PTR so that they could buy some of the items that we will be able to get once the patch comes around. You can see this gazebo is completely unique, as well as this cool magic little moonwell thing he's got going on here. He's got some of these other housing elements on the side, and he's combined some of them to give a nice little design to everything. Over here, we've got a bath, as well as some little cabinets and things to put stuff in. He's put some of this wood here as though he's growing vines. He's got this beautiful little fence into a bench with a cushion on it that makes the house look amazing. Dantar here is in the progress of building out his outdoor area, and he was kind enough to let me look at it as he was working on it. And some of those items, like that keg in the background there, or that lamp sitting on the table, those are items that I have not seen before. They're not ones that you start with, and they're not ones that you get from any of the vendors in the actual housing area. He has actually gone out and found every single one of these one by one. And that includes this lovely greenhouse that just popped in. This thing is incredible. I love this item. I haven't seen anyone else use this item. But items like these make me really excited for the future of housing here, because this is an incredible item. It's huge. It allows you to make your own full room in the outside, put things inside of it, and it's one that he found just out one of the rep vendors. When I asked him about it, he said he found it at Stormheim. I tried to go in, and he said no. He said the outside is not ready yet, and so we're just going to leave it at that. And so, to even out the house that we can't go inside, here's a house that we can't go outside. This is the indoor area of a house where the outside just hasn't been worked on yet. We can see this lovely gong here that I hadn't seen anywhere else, and I love the way that he's set up the fireplace. It feels so cozy. You, of course, got the stag on the mantle there. We've got the Onyxia head on the wall, and so much of how he's put these items here, how he's lit the area, it feels like Blizzard themselves came in and made this area. I really can't sing enough praises for all of these houses. They're fantastic. In this bedroom here, we've got a wash bin, and we've got the bath. We've got curtains in the house, the way he's put the rugs. He's got even more creatures' heads on the wall. I don't know where he's got all of these, but they're incredible. I love the way that he's able to use lighting with the windows and the candles and all of the different other areas to give each room its own little feel. And yes, of course, it is a secret bookshelf once again. And at number 3 here, we've got a house that I think really shows off how you can use the robust housing item to customize the building itself. We've seen a lot of stuff on the outside, a lot of stuff on the inside, but this person has taken the time to put items on the house so that it has its own unique feel. You can see we've got this well, this stone, this beautiful little pond with little flowers in it. But more than that, all of these little plants, every single one of these berries are ones that the player has placed on their own individually. The mantle of that little stag there looks amazing. The grass, the different flowers, the little trees as they grow up. Every single plant here is one that the player has personally placed, and they all look fantastic. You wouldn't be able to tell that that's not an option for your house. It looks like something that was made professionally. This lovely bench here that's just a little bit too big for where I sit next to the cushion, and this lovely fountain letting you see the incredible view. And something that I really got to give this house credit for is if we walk all the way over to this gazebo over here, we can see that this plot has a beautiful view of the area around it. You get to see this water going underneath the bridge. There's a bunch of ducks and otters and crabs and stuff down below. They've placed these beautiful items here to make it look lived in, like you've been sitting here reading a book with this amazing view. I gotta say, the housing area, Blizzard really outdid themselves with it. It looks incredible. All right, and at number 2, we are at the big leagues. Number 2 and 1 here are absolutely amazing. First, we gotta shout out this fountain here. Now, I have to mention that every single stone, every single candle, the lighting, the plants, all of these were placed individually by the player. You can actually see the little handle of the candle item. All of these candles are not little individual candles. It's actually a candle holder item, and the player has actually moved the candle into the item itself so that it looks like it's just a candle sitting there. It's incredible work, and I'm so excited to see what people come up with once they've had more than a single day to come up with these things. And we can see the same on the rest of the house, the way that they're placing the plants and the lights and all of the different features inside of each other to make it look like everything belongs. This beautiful little garden area on the side, the way that he has plants going up the side of the wall, up these little banisters that he has on the side here. Absolutely amazing work with a lot of these houses. This single flower on the side there with a candle makes it look like a vigil. The flowers he has on the sides of the stairs. In the back here, he's got this incredible gazebo, which has these cute little items here. I don't think the texture's quite working on that little item. I'm not sure what it's supposed to be, but it looks incredible anyway. And of course, this wouldn't be number 2 if it were just the outside, would it? Now, I included this inside because I think it shows off really well what you can do with the housing tools here. Not only are each of these rooms absolutely gigantic, but you can see some of the capabilities. You can see the openings here at the top of the walls, but they don't actually connect anywhere. Those are individual rooms that the person has placed. We've got this beautiful stag over the mantle, of course, but one thing I really like about this inside is this area over here. We can see he stacked 2 boxes as well as these bookshelves, one of which is upside down, and he's repurposed those Legion class books we showed earlier to make it look like someone was working on something here, that there's some studying going on. If we go down this beautiful hallway, we can see the windows providing light, all of those paintings that we've seen before, and as we come out through the hallway, we see this other giant room. And this is the real reason that this is included number 2, the glowing holy chair. This player has taken that Paladin Order Tome and put it through the floor so that this chair is glowing in all of its glory. It is an absolutely glorious little chair here, and I just had to include it. Look at that. That's incredible. And here we have a little honorable mention of this person here, Mr. WoW Crafter on plot number 25, who has decided to put all of their items out just sort of on the lawn. And I included this here because there's a lot of items here that are unique, that I hadn't seen in any of the other housing areas, that are just good to mention, cool to see. We've got this cool little awning, this warm stone. One thing I really like is this battle table here that has like some wind effect on it, and we can see all of these little pieces here as though they're planning out their attack or their adventure. And we've got some night elf themed items too. We've got this little moon well and this cool chest here. So just some cool little items that I hadn't seen included anywhere else, and that's why this is an honorable mention. And now we get to number one, the number one house this week by none other than Newt themselves, and you're gonna quickly see why this is number one. This is on plot number 2, and every single bit of this house, everything, is incredible. All of these plants that they've placed growing in and out the roof and the sides of the wall look amazing. Every single one individually placed by the player. And that's true for all of the plants that you'll see. They have this grass growing out the side. They have this tree that looks like it's coming out of the house itself to really add to this night elf aesthetic that they've got going on here. To the side of the door, you can see this beautiful carpet and this elegant little bench here with flowers individually placed in a beautiful circle all around it. And I cannot stress enough that every single element you see was placed one by one by the player. There isn't a awning that has flowers on it. There isn't a circle of flowers or a roof with flower options. This player has chosen to put all of them one by one. This beautiful side garden with this beautiful little frog, perfectly timed Mr. Frog. Hello there, sir. Thank you for coming into the shot. Oh, look at him go. He loves it. Oh, he's jumping around in the little water fountain. Beautiful frog bath. So this outside already looks incredible. One of the best houses I've ever seen. But when we get inside, this player is on another level. Newt here is... I am at a loss for words for how good Newt has done with the inside of their house. They've clearly gone for this night elf, elvish aesthetic, and they do it really well. We've got the couches here around this elvish fireplace, all of these carpets, these different items all placed along the walls. Everything here is meticulously placed. Everything here is individual. We've got this incredible wolf rug, which I hadn't seen anywhere else. I don't know where you get it, but it looks amazing right next to that glaive there on the wall. This lovely dinner table with these chairs that match the carpet. And of course, we've got this fully fleshed out bar with all of these seats. We've got food. There's a little keg in the back and some books. There's a place for the bartender to wash their hands. And there's a little iron stove to warm the place and to cook things. And if we go through this back little door here, we have nothing other than an actual full-fledged restroom in the little closet. We've got the wash bin and a little mirror on top there. We've got a lovely bathtub. This is a fully working house. It feels like you could have people over for dinner and they'd have a place to stay and wash their hands and use the bathroom. And of course, we get into the bedroom here and the quality just continues. All of these individually placed little flowers and knickknacks and cushions and furniture items. This place looks like it was designed by Blizzard. I've said that a couple of times here, but this one in particular looks exquisite. From top to bottom, every single part of this house looks absolutely incredible. This is by far one of the best houses I've ever seen, and as a reminder, they had one day. Newt did all of this in the one day that housing has been live and available on the PTR. Absolutely incredible work. So yeah, that's the first top 10 houses of the week. As I said, if you would like your house to be featured on a future top 10 houses of the week, make sure to fill out the form below. Tell us who you are, where your house is, and include a little video walkthrough. And of course, while the PTR is still a little buggy and we can't actually explore the neighborhoods ourselves, make sure to include a link to a YouTube video of yourself going around your house showing it off. That way we can get some footage while the whole system is still ironing out all those kinks. And also, while you're here, let me know your thoughts of the housing system. What have you seen in your explorations, and is there anything cool that you've been able to figure out that I didn't show off here? Share as well if you found any vendors on the PTR that sell cool housing items, because the faster that we can get this information out to everyone, the faster we get to see more cool, incredible houses just like this one here. So yeah, I'm Pank, and this has been the top houses of the week.